Boys, apparently there's going to be a new game mode in World of Warcraft. The announcement essentially of this, maybe like trailer, like meet with the devs or whatever, just came out 3 hours ago. And it sounds pretty sick, dude. Plunderstorm.
Hey everyone, welcome to WoWcast. We have a very exciting topic today. And with me, I have two special guests. So what is that black flag on the roadmap for 2024?
So when we were thinking about what we wanted to deliver to the players in 2024, what we ended up...
Is this delivery just for... So it's just for the War Within? I was going to say, because I don't remember seeing this on the Cataclysm, the classic WoW timeline. I could be wrong, though. Maybe it was there as well.
So when we were thinking about what we wanted to deliver to the players in 2024, what we ended up landing on was that we wanted to do something a little bit different than the things that we did previously in Dragonflight. So that's
shirt,
what we're going to talk
Look
about
at that
today.
Lich King shirt, dude.
It's a brand new event, and we're calling it Plunderstorm. It is a pirate-themed, battle royale-inspired event that takes place entirely within World of Warcraft and is available for all active WoW subscribers. All that said,
bro, I've been saying for so long, and so have many other content creators, that what World of Warcraft needs is a bridge from like the 15, the 16, like the younger generation into World of Warcraft. Because like right now the population of WoW is like people that are like 26 and up, and like it's really only people that, you know, they played WoW when they were a kid or their parents played WoW and now they're playing it. Like there's not a whole lot of like pulling in of players into the game. It just doesn't happen. And a battle royale, man, that's a great way to do it. This is going to be unlike any like battle royale that's out right now, I would think. Like it's going to be like on the spectrum of something like Naraka Blade Point, but with like spells and shit. This is going to be awesome. They should have done this a lot sooner though. I'll say that.
We feel like is like the 3 sentences that encapsulates the coolest parts about it.
So Plunderstorm is World of Warcraft's take on a battle royale. It's an action-oriented game that lets you customize your build and basically your class every single match. You'll be able to start collecting abilities through chests and by killing monsters, even killing other players, all while trying to avoid a collapsing storm that is pushing players together. Whoever is the last team standing ends up winning. And you don't need to go through a quest line, you don't need to go through any previous content to be able to access this. This is immediately accessible for
Oh my god, dude, that guy just got ripped.
We expect even the most casual player to be getting tons of plunder and tons of rewards every day. You might even say that the
So I wonder if rewards from this transfer over to like your classic WoW or like your retail, and like it has to, right?
first minute or two are really a little bit more on the PvE side of things, where you're out fighting monsters, you're collecting a new set of abilities, and there isn't a huge amount of PvP combat until later on in the match. And I think it's important that that's like the core of the game, is the plundering, getting out and collecting chests.
Okay, I don't necessarily like that. When you do a battle royale, part of the game is attacking players that don't have a lot of abilities, like a lot of resources, like, and that's kind of where the skill comes in, right? When you're fighting strictly like late game and like everyone has everything, I don't think it's as fun. Same with games like Tarkov as well. The most fun you have in the game is sort of those initial encounters where you're having to fight to get resources and you're kind of being contested. You don't want to get all this power for free basically and then PvP, in my opinion.
And collecting items. You don't
So I don't
have
know
to
if
be
I'm
the
gonna like
last
that.
person standing on the map in order to get a whole bunch of rewards. Even just by dropping into the map and completing your starter quest, it gives you a bunch of rewards.
Yeah, I hate that. Like WoW does this thing constantly where they want to give you rewards for doing nothing, and it's just antithetical to gaming in general. You want to strive to get things. You don't want to be handed a bunch of things for free. And I really hope that, you know, if they are going to go with this, at least have something super, super awesome that you can get by like being really good at the game. All of the really awesome rewards should be locked behind having to perform in the game and do well, I think. Or at least have like a ton of matches done. I think either or is fine. Like either you're very, very skilled at the game or you just play an absolute ton and you get the really awesome rewards.
Just for doing the usual things you would do for the first couple of minutes. And so no matter what, you should exit that map with a bunch of plunder, even if you're not the last person standing. So as we were thinking about what the best framework for this would be, it just came to us that, hey, it should actually be an event that feels like it's a little bit outside of the main system. So we've talked and we riffed about, hey, what would be the best theme for an event like that? We landed on pirates.
Yeah, pirates are cool.
Because who doesn't love pirates? It's a fun theme, but also there's all these different pirate crews around Azeroth, and you've got to ask yourself the question, If you're not the hero of Azeroth, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis?
That's a great question.
So we're gonna actually track some of our civilian NPC friends and play as those characters as one of the pirate crews with. What are you doing on a day-to-day basis?
That's a great question.
So we're gonna actually track some of our civilian NPC friends and play as those characters as one of the pirate crews within Azeroth that isn't the hero of Azeroth. All of that came together to give us this theme of Kegleg's crew and the pirate crew, plundering these relics that are being transported across the Highlands.
What will players see when they jump into this new event?
When players enter this new event, they're going to notice that a lot of their core things that they're used to in World of Warcraft are different. When they get into the main menu, they'll have a brand new option available to them, which is the Plunderstorm.
No classes, and you get, or if you do a class, you either do damage or you heal, and then you just get abilities, and you get to pick like 3 abilities. That's it, and they're all random.
Button. They click on that. That takes them to a separate menu, which shows their character and their friends list, and they'll be able to invite players to their party all through the main menu. Normally you need to go into the game to invite another player into your party, but through Plunderstorm, you're actually inviting them through the main menu.
That's incredible.
Once you're partied up, or if you want to go in solo, you queue up and load into a match. When you load into a match, you'll notice that you're invited into a pre-game lobby area where you're able to try out new abilities and try different mechanics that exist within Plunderstorm.
Okay, cool.
So one of the coolest things
like a little
about
training
designing
ground. That's
Plunderstorm
awesome.
has been just figuring out where we can break the rules in World of Warcraft. TLDR, when you're thinking about changing up things that dramatically, it no longer made a huge amount of sense for your main character and everything associated with that character, all of your armor sets and all of the weapons and everything that you've collected over the years in your battle pets and your 36 different abilities doesn't necessarily translate directly into this game.
No, it doesn't.
We wanted to start fresh and do
Okay,
crazy new abilities.
It doesn't at all, and that should be self-evident. That should be like 0.0. We're gonna make a battle royale. Okay, all that shit needs to be gone. Like, I don't even know why you brought this up. Added it like it was some sort of like nuanced perspective on the game mode. Like, no, all of that stuff needs to go away. You get 3 abilities, max. Maybe 4. Some like ARPG, Diablo 3 type deal.
So, as Jeremy mentioned, there's going to be brand new abilities that normally you wouldn't see on
but it looks like WoW
characters in there, because when you're thinking about developing a warrior ability, you want it to feel very warrior-esque, or you're developing a mage ability, you want it to feel mage-esque. Well, this, you don't have a class. You're actually going to be building a brand new kit every single time you're going into a match. And your builds may vary match to match because it all depends on what drops for you in the match. Even things like auto attack doesn't work like how it works normally in WoW. It's going to be an active ability that you're constantly using to attack enemies.
Wait,
one thing that's just
there it is. Okay, so you have a main attack, you have a potion. Okay, that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities. Wow, that's kind of a lot, to be honest. Or maybe this is like a bag icon.
Baked into your experience is that you're going to have a health pot that's always persistent. And we've slimmed down the UI compared to what World of Warcraft normally is. You may be used to the 12 buttons on your main action bar, and then you have a bunch of other action bars you can enable. Well, this actually only has 7 total buttons that you can press on an action bar. When you loot an item, it doesn't go to your bag. You don't have a separate frame that you're opening. Everything gets put directly onto your action bars, and then from there, that's also your spells. So you're able to cast spells, drop abilities, pick up abilities, all to one singular action bar without needing to manage anything else.
That's incredible.
Really streamlined and simplified the experience.
That whole thing, I think, ends up feeling just wildly different than the way World of Warcraft plays right now. Not only is it
it feels like a battle royale.
You're grabbing your abilities from the ground and then putting them on your bar. You can swap the 4 different abilities as you find new and cool things, or that you find certain synergies that work really well together. And then there's different rarities to the abilities too. So you can get everything from uncommon, rare, all the way up to epic levels of these abilities. You get higher level abilities as you progress in the match, but you may also just get one really early in the match, get super lucked out, and you get epic fire whirl right at the very beginning, and then you can go and wreck some people.
And you're one-shotting
And that's one of the things I think that makes it super replayable. Not only do you get a
You're absolutely dumpstering people. You walk up to someone with a legendary fire whirl, and bro, you delete that guy.
Kit of abilities that are always going to feel different in every match, but also how the power curve changes is also going to feel pretty different every match too.
Yeah, you know, we've experimented around with a lot of different spells and abilities. Things that normally we...
By the way, in this game mode, there can be no CC. There can be 0 CC, none at all. You just hit your abilities. That's it. Just because, like, once you add CC to the game, that's the dominant win condition in a game, okay? And it's gonna get like Overwatch, where like you have to nerf CC, or you buff CC, you buff CC, you buff CC, and then there's so much CC in the game that you have to nerf it. Like it all has to go back to 0. So like no CC in the game.
Couldn't do in World of Warcraft, and that's intentional as well. We want to make
Skill
sure
shot
that
abilities.
when we're coming up with these brand new abilities, that they feel fresh, they feel awesome to press. It's not just about the min-max, but sometimes it's about the impact, oh man, I'm using an ability and this is just the most awesome ability I've ever seen. That's the type of stuff we want to inspire players to kind of jump into the next match and find even more
Get
cool
mounts?
stuff.
And you can strategize. One of the reasons why I like playing duos is because it almost feels like you get twice as many abilities, and you can strategize. You're going to be the fire pirate, and I'm going to be the arcanosphere pirate.
So do solo players and duo players play together?
So the way it works is we have all duos in a match. And
What's
all
the match
solos
length?
in a
30
match.
minutes, 15
Duos,
minutes?
You can also, pre-form a party with a friend and be able to get into the match with them as well.
Okay.
I think that it would end up being a little unfair to have solo players on the battlefield with duo players, because duo players are coordinating, they're coordinating their spells and abilities. We made it really easy to use the ping system in
that
game,
makes sense.
so that it's really easy for you to communicate even if you're not talking with your partner.
Oh, a ping
so
system.
they would already have an advantage, and we wouldn't want to disadvantage our solo player like that. I think that duos also
How big
has
is
the
this
revive
map?
mechanic too, which is super cool, especially if you're a player that dies first, like I tend to.
Me too.
then
We
your
shouldn't be
partner
on the
can
same
come
team
and
then.
revive you. Absolutely
that
not.
would be
I'll
good.
be on Orlando's team.
So if your partner dies, you are able to revive them, but you're not reviving them the normal way you would revive a player in WoW. So you don't need to press any extra buttons or collect any spells or items that do this. This is actually just something that is kind of baked into the experience, that if you die, you'll have a ring around you, your partner can stand on you, and then you'll get revived and able to play the game again.
Yeah, that
Normally
makes
in World
sense.
of Warcraft, when your character dies, you're looking.
I wonder who they're targeting this press release to. Like, is it for people that don't know what a battle royale is? Are we targeting the 40-year-old dads that only think of like Fortnite when they hear battle royale, and that's it, and they like have never played it? I mean, these are a lot of just like normal staple things associated with battle royale. I mean, it's good information to have for sure, but
At your character's corpse and seeing a release button on there. Well, with Plunderstorm, we knew that we wouldn't be able to release.
Yeah,
so
you can't
what are you gonna be
release.
doing, looking at your corpse the whole time? Well, the engineers, got together and they decided, hey, let's add spectating mode to this. So once you die, you can actually spectate your teammate until you're either revived or, unfortunately, you're eliminated. And then once your team is eliminated, you can spectate anybody on the entire map. So we wanted to really make sure that
you can grief people. Okay, let's see how that goes.
we're kind of introducing new things in WoW that normally wouldn't exist in, Dragonflight or in Classic or another variation of WoW, and make this pretty unique to Plunderstorm. There's other things that we kind of broke the rules on too, which was there's no fall damage.
And everyone can double jump.
Everyone can double jump. And
Just
people
things
love
that we
it.
thought were fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
These are things that you can't do
double
in World of
jump,
Warcraft.
parkour king.
And that's intentional because that's built around a very different experience. But here we said, well, we love WoW's combat, but we want to change up how you interact with WoW's combat. And we wanted to not only make it different for
Can you
fighting
double
other
jump
players,
over
but also
abilities
fighting
then?
monsters. All the monsters have a different type of abilities that they're going to be able to attack you with. These aren't your normal just auto attack abilities whenever a mob gets on you. These are going to be actually telegraphed abilities that you're going to see
makes
cast in
sense.
front of the monster and be able to sidestep it.
Okay.
So there's actual mechanics tied to all of the monsters that are in the match. as
Oh,
well.
dude, that's cool.
Like everything has become kind of more
is that?
action-oriented combat, and that's one of the things we can accomplish when it's all encapsulated within an event.
So you
On top of
can
that,
dodge.
I think a really cool part of this mode is that there's multiple layers of how you play it. So there's not only the spell acquisition, which we talked about,
Sure.
but also you're leveling through this experience as well. You're getting more health.
you get talent
and
points?
You want to get that so that you hopefully by the end of the match have enough level under your belt and enough items under your belt that you can come out on top.
I want to know
Interesting.
what rewards can I get?
Yeah, what rewards can I get?
Because I'm a huge collector.
And do those rewards translate to my seemingly retail account? It doesn't seem like you're gonna get classic WoW rewards for this.
And there's got to be something cool. It's Plunder after all.
Oh yeah, no, we've got a ton of rewards, a ton of intentionally pirate-themed rewards coming your way in Plunderstorm. There's 40 renown levels that you can get with Keg Legs Crew, which seems like a lot, but you're gonna zip through them pretty quickly. We want this to feel super rewarding.
Where's that battle pass though? You got the battle royale? Give me that battle pass, boy. Let me buy halfway through my battle pass and get some freaking epic robes. Come on,
So
man.
expect to get a renown level, every 4 or 5 matches, at least a renown level
Let
a
me
day
pay
for even a
$20 to
casual
play this
gamer.
game, please.
Every renown level that you level up has a reward associated with
Look at that. I told you, bro. Look at that. That's sick. That's a really cool outfit.
Everything that you unlock in this
That's super cool.
mode is also going to unlock.
Look at that, dude. That's sick.
transmog set for all of your main World of Warcraft characters. And then there's a couple of classic rewards in there as well. If you're a World of
classic
Warcraft
rewards.
classic player, you can get a pet and a mount from this.
Is there
Oh, you can get a mount, bro. Look at that. That's sick. Oh my God. So we have to play
anything you're
this.
doing to make Plunderstorm fair for all players?
One of the things we started discussing early on was whether or not we would support add-ons or try
No,
to put the
don't
majority of
support-
the information players
Bro, this is an opportunity, okay, to get younger people into the game. This is a way to get new players into the game. That's how you should think about this game mode. That's the mindset that you should think about when you're creating this game mode. If they have any add-ons at all, any add-ons allowed in this game mode, fat L. Fat L.
players were looking for in the game world and in the mode.
Yeah, you know, World of Warcraft players are some of the smartest players in the world, and we're super excited for our players to check this out. One thing that we knew, though, is that we wanted a level playing field for all players to be able to play with.
Yes.
Third-party add-ons are awesome, and they're super cool to see, and what the community comes up with is amazing. But for this, we really wanted everybody to have the same exact experience, which also made it challenging to make the event as well, because we need to make everything super obvious. When you're casting spells or you're attacking enemies, those things, you know, we won't have any assistance from any other add-ons, so we may need to make the game really streamlined and approachable in that way.
We've really spent extra time iterating on the UI and the UX, the visual effects in game to make sure everything is as clear as possible.
Is Plunderstorm a reoccurring event?
You know, we're really looking forward to seeing what players think of this event. It's a brand new thing for us. It's super unique and cool and different.
Yeah.
And depending on player feedback, we will see what the future of Plunderstorm looks like. We would love to bring it back in some form. If you like Plunderstorm, you know, please get on the forums, please get on social media. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would like to see in a
When
future
does it
iteration
start?
of it. I think importantly, now that we've got all this great backbone tech set up for creating these sort of in-game events, we can definitely look forward to making more in the future. So let us know what you think.
Feedback is super important for us. It's actually something that we take very seriously, not only externally, but also internally. And we want to make sure this is a fun experience. So just like Jeremy said, get on the forums, get on social media, let us know what you think.
I am so excited to play Plunderstorm, and I'm sure all of you are as well. Thank you so much for joining
When can we
me.
play it?
Thanks, Bethany. It was great to be here, and we will see you in the Plunderstorm.
Oh my gosh, see you guys next time.
When though? When does it come out? How big is the map? Is there a leaderboard? Like, is there anything to play for outside of the rewards? Like, what's going on here? Regardless though, this seems awesome, man. This is a battle royale is a great way to bring in new players, in my opinion, and it should have been done a long time ago for its specific purpose of getting people aware of World of Warcraft in a way that's sort of low stakes, sort of low barrier to entry. You can just jump in and you can just play. You don't have to have a whole lot of previous knowledge, which is one of the big problems with WoW. I mean, there's so much to know in the game, and everything is solved in Classic. So like if you come in and you don't know what's going on, you're sort of at a really big disadvantage because most players just understand the entirety of that game. And then with retail, there's so much going on, and it has so many years of gameplay stacked on top of gameplay, stacked on top of gameplay, that again, if you don't have the knowledge, you're just at a huge disadvantage, and it can be daunting to walk into. So a battle royale, great idea. I can't wait to play this. I wish it would have told us a day that it's released. Maybe it's released now. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Plunderstorm. Are we going to play it? Should we play it? You guys want to see more content about it? I've been Java Monkey J. Peace.